Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking and talking about and thinking about whiskey. Maybe bourbon. All right, Ben, here's a question for you.
Hit me.
It's getting close to summertime.
Sure.
I'm thinking about a vacation that I'm about to go on, and you're thinking about a vacation. I know that
I'm going on vacation.
Well, yeah.
I got this all planned out.
Me too. But one of the elements of that vacation is bourbon.
Sure, always.
And there's two elements to it. Number one, I'm gonna take a bourbon just in case. And I'll definitely do some shopping wherever I'm going. I'm doing a road trip and a flight to somewhere.
Okay.
But I came up with some scenarios where, what's the best bourbon for this?
Of this kind of specific vacation
Yeah,
scenario.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So we came up with top three, you know, and obviously there are different types of trips and different perceptions. What we learned on these types of list things is
absolutely.
we totally interpret the categories differently.
Yeah, yep. So we're gonna talk about, like, if you're going on a party vacation, what are you gonna grab as your go-to bourbon for that?
Yep.
If you're gonna go on just a nice vacation where maybe it's you and the wife going and doing some sightseeing, and you're gonna get back to the hotel at night, and you may want to cut loose a little bit, but within reason. And then if you're on one of those vacations where it's kind of a vacation,
maybe a work trip
or something like that, or just a scenario where, you know, you want to be able to relax, have a nice pour of bourbon, but you're not looking to get drunk or anything like that. You want to keep it, you know, fairly mellow.
Yes.
So I actually went on a vacation to an all-inclusive resort a year ago.
Last year.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
And I actually did bring a bottle of bourbon with me.
Okay.
Which seems weird to bring to a place where all the drinks are included, but I knew that they were only going to have very basic stuff. Jim Beam White Label, Evan Williams Black Label. That's what they had.
And you need something when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Something a little more kick than that. But I mean, and those are fine. I certainly don't mind sipping on either one of those. But for an entire week, like, I wanted to have a nicer bottle back at the room to kind of sip on at night, where it's like, okay, I've had enough Jim Beam White Label. I need something with a little more oomph to it.
Okay.
So yeah, let's go through these categories, and we'll talk about the category and scenario for each one. So should we start out with the party vacation category?
I think that one's gonna be pretty basic, but yeah, let's start there.
That's what I mean. Let's start there and work our way up.
Okay.
All right. So what's your party vacation scenario?
So the scenario is, my family, we do a lot of road trips, and occasionally we'll do a house rental with another family or other people. Some people we know well, some people we don't know very well. And so you may be introducing bourbon to some people who don't know bourbon very well.
Sure.
And B, you don't have a problem with, like, sharing it. Like, it's not expensive, it's easy to find if you need another bottle. So do you want me to grab the bottle?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, if I can find it. Is it this one? Ooh, must be my other hat. Evan Williams 1783. I've mentioned this before. It's a very sweet bourbon, but it's one I really go to a lot. I like it.
Great choice.
It's inexpensive, easy to find. But I think, you know, you could introduce this to a lot of different people, and, you know, it's a good representation for what bourbon is. It's entry level, it's basic, but
good utility bourbon as well, because if there's somebody there who likes a bourbon cocktail,
you want to throw it in Coke,
you can throw it in there.
Else.
Whereas, you know, you put a cast strength banger in a cocktail for somebody, it's going to taste weird. You know, so that's great for something like that. So my party vacation is kind of like the scenario I actually just said, where, you know, I went to an all inclusive, but I wanted something a little different than the basic stuff that they had.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like you said, you're renting a house with some friends, you're down at the beach, you know you're gonna be drinking all day, barbecue and stuff like that. I'm going longevity on this one, so I'm going low proof.
You want,
Right, because you don't want to hit the heavy stuff all day long, because you just get a little too drunk too fast, or, you know, your night's cut short or whatever.
Sure.
Let's be honest, we can't all just drink cast strength bourbons all day and not have it affect us, you know? So I'm going for lower proof.
Yep.
For longevity, but I still want a good flavor.
It's Basil Hayden. It's Basil Hayden. It's Basil Hayden.
I'm going, bam, I'm in the Evan Williams category as well. Evan Williams Single Barrel.
This video brought to you by Heaven Hill Distillery.
Yeah, no kidding. So, great bourbon, runs about $26. It's still only 86 proof, just like the Black Label is, but you get about 8 years
It's
age on it.
86.6.
86 points. So you get the extra 0.6.
Yeah.
But you get that extra age on there, and it just really makes a difference in just giving you a little boost in flavor.
Solid choice.
But you can sip it all day, and it's, you know, within reason, and it's not gonna knock your socks off right away. I will say this as a caveat, because I didn't think about this until after I'd picked this for this list. This is going away soon, unfortunately, very unfortunately. It's gonna be distillery only. So for my pick, when this is gone, one of the other ones that I was trying to choose between this and that, Old Forester 86.
Another great choice.
Great one, $22, 86 proof, tons of flavor.
Yep.
So you could interchange those two on this pick for me, so.
Fair choice. All right, next category. What you want to re-outline?
Let's do the next one where it's like maybe you're doing a road trip with the wife, or maybe you just, you know, taking a vacation where maybe you want to cut loose a little bit at night. You want to have a couple of drinks and have some fun, but you know, you're not partying all day like you are with these ones here.
Gotcha.
I feel like we should move these back. I don't know why.
No, I think
okay.
That works. I think I'm gonna go. Boy, I have two, and they're both equally qualified for this list.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with this one. There's several that I could choose from for this list.
Nice.
But this
you're
is
going high class.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things is you're on vacation, and I don't know, at least for me, there's a mentality or a switch that you flip when you're on vacation, and you kind of want to relax a little bit, and it's time to break out the good bourbon. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so
that makes sense.
Plenty of good choices to choose from in my collection, and this is still something you would kind of see occasionally in a liquor store. And this is just one that sits on the shelf, doesn't get as much attention as maybe it should. It's great, but something you're on vacation and, you know, relax a bit and enjoy it.
Okay, that's a great pick. So I went a little different with that. I went with something where as I'm on vacation, I can find it at the local liquor store, something I can find anywhere.
Sure.
Decided to keep it slightly under 100 proof.
Okay.
Just because I also do want to have a few of these. Not that you can't have a few 100 proof bourbons, but just wanted to go with something, a solid go-to, everyday banger. Elijah Craig Small Batch. Absolutely love this for pretty much anything, you know. It's 94 proof, so it's close to that 100 proof point, but it's got a great flavor. Heaven Hill.
I was gonna make the joke, but
I didn't plan that actually.
Yeah.
Again, I could have picked 5 bourbons for each category.
Totally.
But I did pick this one because I have used this on a vacation before, where it's just like, you know what?
Oh man, this is good.
I've already spent so much money on this vacation. I don't want to go buy a $70 bottle. Plus, the other thing is if I'm flying somewhere and spending the week, I got to crush this bottle this week.
Yeah, true.
So I'm going to be going through it quickly and, you know, sipping on it pretty heavily.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, you know, dump it out because I can't bring this on the plane. So that's another reason I went for something a little more budget.
Okay.
But with a decent proof and great flavor.
Yeah.
And readily available everywhere.
Okay.
So the next category is, it's not really a vacation, but you've got stuff to do during the day maybe, or maybe, like you said, a work trip or something like that.
Some sort of trip where you're busy during the day. You can't drink. But you are...
I don't ever want to go on such a vacation.
Well, those kinds of things do exist in the world. But at night, you're kind of like free, open. Like maybe probably in a hotel, you know, you can get some dinner or whatever. But then it's time to like... It's similar to this where it's time for the good bourbon. And so that's what I grabbed. Yeah, okay, technically it's a Tennessee whiskey, but...
Oh, yeah.
This is Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. This particular one is 131.1.
Yeah. Great choice.
Yep.
I was teetering on that one as well.
Yeah. And we recently did a review of one of these, and they are just exceptional.
And so this falls into that category of, I want to have a drink, maybe two, that's it.
Exactly.
So you can boost up that proof. The nice thing about that is you can pour yourself a nice thick pour of that.
Exactly.
You're gonna melt right into the sheets that night and sleep nice and comfortably.
That's what it's for.
Sort of similar. I went with something higher proof.
Okay.
Available most places, and which is, I think we said in our review of this, is as close to a perfect bourbon as you can get in a lot of ways. Bam! Wild Turkey Rare Breed. See, I didn't do the 101 for the second category because that 101 is just a shoe-in for this.
It really
category.
is, and that's why I chose it. I didn't choose it because the reality is that is another excellent choice.
Yeah. But Wild Turkey Rare Breed, this one in particular is 116.8. So this is that cask strength, barrel proof as they call it.
Yep.
Sort of category where, yeah, you want to kick back, you want to have just one or two. It's not a drinking night, but you want something with a little bit.
It's not a drinking night, but you're still gonna drink.
Well, I mean, not a drinking night, like you're not sitting around playing cards or
Gotcha.
having tons of drinks or whatever. You want to just chill out in the hot tub at the hotel.
Yeah, sure.
And pour yourself one of these. You want something with a little.
It's a great choice.
A little more kick, and it just relax at the end of the night, and you have one or two of them. Get nice and relaxed, but you're not going to feel terrible when you wake up doing whatever horrible thing that's keeping you from your vacation the next day.
Exactly.
So, I think these are solid.
It's a great list. You know, but there is a thought that occurred to me. I did a road trip last year.
Yeah.
And you did a whatever type of vacation you did.
It was a fly drive.
Flew
we flew and then drove around.
And each of us went to a local liquor store. I was in Montana. You were in California. Is that where you bought it? And we each bought a particular bottle of bourbon. And we didn't plan this. We were kind of on vacation about the same time. But we each bought this bottle. I'll do this one.
Bam.
We bought the same thing. And we each bought
this one happens to be a store pick.
Oh, sorry. But a regular one, yeah. It's such a great bourbon.
Yeah.
And it gets caught up in maybe some controversy occasionally, and the price is all over the place, but the reality is it's a 10-year bourbon that's excellent. And when I had the chance, I bought it a bottle.
Yep.
And you bought a bottle.
I paid $40 for it.
Yep.
I had it at the liquor store, and it was the first day of vacation. I went into the liquor store just to do a little bourbon hunting, but also to grab a bottle for the week. And they had this for $40. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, no brainer.
No brainer, yeah, absolutely. The reason this wasn't on any of our main lists is obviously because it's tough to find now.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, if I see this on the shelf for a reasonable price on a vacation, it's a, like you said, no brainer.
Well, the reality is a lot of these, if you saw any of them, they kind of check the box for being a bit of a nice go-to bourbon for a vacation.
Yeah, but seeing this on the shelf is a rare thing. In some states, it's less rare. So in Minnesota, you don't see it quite as often as you used to.
But we've heard that about this one.
Yep.
This one's gonna be rare.
I mean, the makers.
Yeah, the makers occasionally.
But yeah, so I grabbed this for, we did a road trip into Yosemite and went up to Lake Tahoe and stuff. Every night, it gave me an excuse to just kill a bottle of Eagle Rare for the week. Usually you buy some of these rarer bottles. You take your time with them a little bit more because it's gonna be a while before you see another one.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it was nice to just willy-nilly just throwing back Eagle Rare all week long.
Yep, same thing.
So, yeah, that's always going to be a pick for me on a vacation. This is good for all of these vacations.
Totally agree.
Proof aside, it's only 90 proof. I don't care. I'm picking this one. So, anyway, all right. Well, these have been our vacation bourbons for those particular scenarios.
And if you have a YouTube channel where you talk about bourbon,
let's hear your vacation.
Let's hear your picks.
Yeah, vacation bourbons. That's great. Great idea.
Yeah.
Get some more people doing this.
Totally.
And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. And throw some comments in. If you don't have a YouTube channel, throw in the comments what you would do for a good vacation bourbon or what you have done for a good vacation bourbon. All right, do we have any more to say about these?
I think we said enough.
All right, well, this has been some vacation bourbons on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Thanks for watching. Cheers.